Welcome to the Boys and Gold podcast. I am Ricky.
I'm Jordan.
And today we have a big episode. But we just keep massive. We keep piling up the games. So here we go.
Yeah, quite the backlog. And I don't want this one to be super long because that's more editing on my end. So
yeah. So right off the bat, we don't really have too much to say on the DC United one. It was 1-1 away.
It's a boring 1-1. 9 shots for them, 6 for us. Only 3 shots on target between both teams the whole game. Two for us, 1 for them.
Yeah, and somehow we scored with an armpit.
Yeah, goal of the season right there.
There you go. Alex Muil with the armpit.
Speaking of Muil, I don't know if it was that one or if it was the Charlotte game, but I saw that he hit 100 appearances for Nashville.
Oh, there you go. That's awesome.
So yeah, great props for him.
Yeah, he's doing really good. he's been on a roll with us.
Yeah, he's hot right now.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit later on. But now that we're not in the Open Cup, I'm pretty sure we'll get up to full speed on or I guess full strength on our team. I don't know how much Alex Muil is going to be starting, but he definitely deserved it for this stretch.
Yeah, like you said, we'll get to the other Open Cup game that we played last night when we got dumped out to Miami, but
yeah,
we'll get to that one in a little bit. So, uneventful draw with DC in the league. Really not a lot to say about that one. It was a pretty boring one. Yeah. We got real lucky on the goal.
Yeah. Well, we looked a little dangerous there too. I mean, I'm glad that we're not just kind of getting one goal out of nothing. We're actually shooting. We're getting balls on target and everything. The game was a little defensive since we only had, I think DC only had 1 shot on target. We had 2, and Muil just was at the right time right place, right time for that goal. Yeah. That wasn't really a shot
because it was a clearance, and he just blocked the clearance.
Right. Yeah. So he just ricocheted off his armpit and went in, and we all celebrated.
Yeah. Really unlucky for them, but
yeah,
the game's the game.
Yeah. I mean, overall, 53% of possession for DC, 47 for us. Passes and everything were pretty much about the same. So I mean, overall, it was just not. It was just an uneventful game. But hey, I mean, a tie on the road, I'll take that,
Yeah, that's the minimum you want.
Yeah.
Definitely don't want to lose your away games. But we've been having a pretty rough away record this season. Yeah. This past game against Charlotte was only our 2nd win, I think, away this season.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Not great, but we aren't losing them, so it's not the end of the world. That's why we're sitting in 2nd place right now. Yeah,
for sure. So on to the next one. It was on Wednesday, the Inter Miami game. We had
man, I thought this one was the Open Cup game.
Right. You didn't show up. You were like, I thought it was on Tuesday.
well, we drew Miami.
Right.
Right after we beat Dallas.
Yeah.
And the Open Cup's always midweek.
Right.
And so it's like, all right, we're facing Miami on Wednesday. Like, oh, well, that's obviously the Open Cup, right? Every single MLS game's been on Saturday so far this season.
Yeah.
Surprise, midweek MLS. So I missed this
out of nowhere. Yeah, so this one was pretty fun to watch. Fafa Pico scored for us in the first one. First half. And then the second half, we have Lucas McNaughton getting into the scoreboard for us.
Oh, yeah, what a header that was.
Man, that was a great header.
That cross, who did that cross? It's been a little bit, obviously it's been a week since this game happened, but
Muil?
Do you remember who sent in the cross there? Let
me check. I think it was Muil, but I don't know.
Shaq.
Shaq, of course, yeah.
Yeah, it's across from the right side. Right side, of course, it was Shaq.
Yeah, so it was.
That's our only attack.
We got Mukhtar on the assist for Fafa, and then Shaq on the assist for Lucas. Man, how great is this guy? I mean, I don't want to get like full of it or anything. Just like a really good a good trade, I guess. I mean, not to be mean to CJ or anything, but he's, like, we definitely needed a defender guy. We still need the attacker, but I mean, to get Lucas at this rate, how he's doing and how he's performing, man, that was a pretty good deal.
Yeah, that ended up being a very good trade, which I think we all pretty much agreed that was a good trade.
Yeah.
Not straight away, but once we thought about it a little bit,
yeah,
it worked out because CJ was not producing for us. And yeah, McNaughton's jumped straight into the first team, filling in for this spell while Zimmerman's out.
Yeah, and that's another thing that we'll cover later on. That Zimmerman is still out. He hasn't come back to the lineup. We saw him I think it was the
Dallas game.
The Dallas game, yeah. We saw him out there, and he was walking fine and everything. But I think that this is more of a precaution than anything. Hey, I mean, it's been working out so far. I do want Zimmerman back. I'm glad to see what Lucas has to offer. Let's keep going. Yeah. So for Inter Miami, I mean, pretty much the whole game we dominated. The what I was telling Scott and the NSC Fan TV, I was like, their midfield was a whole. Like, everybody from our end was just dribbling through the middle like nothing. They had nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
We had 505 passes to their 394.
Oh yeah. I mean, we dominated, and we weren't even like, it didn't look awkward, because sometimes whenever we have possession, it seems kind of awkward and kind of off. Yeah. But it didn't. Like, it seemed like our team was on it and was basically dominating in a good way. Like I mean, dominating is always good. It's just like we're not used to it.
Right.
So
yeah,
it didn't look off.
We're used to having minimum possession stats at the end of a game, but lately we have been having more, and we've been actually looking competent in attack, and I think that can be pretty heavily attributed to a switch into this diamond formation.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the best call Gary's made in a long time.
It's an evolution. That's what they're calling it. That Gary is evolving from parking the bus, kind of, get a point and then sit back.
He still parks the bus.
Oh yeah, he does still. But I mean, it's an evolution. It's like you compromise. You have the two at the front, you have the two in the sides, and I mean, when we get Leal back, which we saw him yesterday at the against Miami in the Open Cup. Leal was playing kind of I would say what Hani Mukhtar was playing before, just kind of directing the balls in the front and everything. I like that, So I'm not sure where he's gonna fit in this diamond. I believe that he'll be in I don't think that he'll pick a side. I think he's usually in the middle anyway.
That's just a case of being spoiled for choice. Like, we actually have decent depth in the midfield right now, especially with him back. So it's not the worst problem to have.
Yeah. Well, and the problem is that we have the one problem that we do have is that Dax is old, Godoy is old. They can't really play. I mean, I think Godoy still plays the full 90 no matter what. But you definitely want to keep an eye on them and see if we can get lay out some minutes and everything, get him back into it. And I feel like with him starting at Miami and playing so long at Miami, I feel like that's a tale of what is to come with Leal.
Yeah, he played did he play the entire game in Huntsville? He made an appearance in Huntsville. I don't know if he played the full 90.
He made an assist in Huntsville too.
Yeah.
He made an assist for, I think he played about 70 minutes, and he came in. He was directing. Again, he was playing that Mukhtar role over there. So
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably his best position anyways, that attacking mid, so that he can be really creative right there.
Yeah, and he's dangerous.
Which has had me a little worried with the formation with him coming back, because currently I wish I do like one of Schaffelberg or Fafa coming on late, just to have that big burst of speed against a tired defense.
Yeah.
But Bunbury ain't it.
For sure. I mean,
he's pretty much every one of our pretty much every game since we've switched to this diamond is Bunbury and either Fafa or Schaffelberg, and they'll like swap every week, and one will sub out for the other late game. So I do think that's a good call, because like I said, having the speed of those two against a defense that's been running for 70 minutes already is always good, because you can abuse that and get behind them quite easily. But I'd like to see them both on at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, and we were doing that for a little bit, so it's something that Gary's evaluating. I think that with all the games that we had, this is the ideal, I guess, like, keeping your guys fresh, just in general.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys. I mean, you saw what the next game that we're going to talk about, and we can, I guess, pretty much that was it on Miami, 2-1. Miami came in late and scored one when we were sleeping, basically, last minute.
Yeah, really good goal too.
Yeah, but so the next one was Charlotte. Charlotte came in. I'm sorry, we went to Charlotte and won 2-1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of controversy on this one.
Yeah, but not really. So so and that's what I was going to talk about.
If you're a Charlotte fan, it was controversial.
For sure, yeah. He didn't have the ball, but he also fouled, so that is a penalty in its way. Anyway, so
if I've learned two things from all this, is that Charlotte fans on Twitter at least, think that, number one, you have to have possession of the ball to be fouled, apparently. And that, number two, if the on-field ref doesn't go and look at the monitor, there was no VAR check.
Right, that doesn't work like that.
Yeah, there's just so many people that are like, what's the point in having VAR if you don't use it? And everybody's like, bro, everything is checked with VAR.
Yeah. I mean,
everything is checked.
The fact that they didn't...
If there was not enough in that to be called a penalty, they would have told him to go look at it.
Yeah.
And he probably... Well, he wouldn't have changed his mind, because there was pretty clear contact.
Yeah, there was
contact. That's not bias speaking. That's, I have eyes.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that people say is like, oh, he was just kind of touched a little. Well, try running that fast and get hit just like tiny bit. You're gonna go flying off. I mean, that's what happens,
I mean, contact is contact.
Contact is contact.
And they were arguing also. There was a moment earlier in the game where, I don't remember his name, one of their forwards and Mayer had a coming together in the box where they were both chasing a long ball, and they kind of went shoulder to shoulder, and their guy went down, and Mayer put his arms out as if he had pushed him, and they were like, okay, well, that's contact. Why wasn't that called? Well, because it was shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder is allowed, and 9 times out of 10, like sometimes the ref will call that a foul, but if it's in the box, 9 times out of 10 they're not going to call it, because the ref knows that the attacking player is going to be looking for a penalty in that.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're going to go down at the slightest touch trying to draw a penalty.
Oh yeah. They don't usually call that anyway. Like even if it's outside of the box, they don't call it.
Yeah, no, it's
the defender
it's
usually.
situational, because shoulder to shoulder is a contact that's allowed.
Right.
Like, it would be a non-contact sport if that wasn't allowed. But
yeah. So at Charlotte, they got up pretty quickly at the first, I think the 6th minute.
6th minute, yep.
Yeah, they scored, and then Hani got his brace. Got one at the 39th. We tied it before the half, and then Schaffelberg came in and got that penalty.
Yeah, that his first goal that long range shot.
Oh, man.
Dude, I thought he missed.
Yeah, it looked like he missed.
Because the goalkeeper didn't react, and it just looked like it was going wide, but it just slowly inched into the corner. And the commentator even said he fooled the entire stadium. but yeah, it was a deflection.
Yeah.
And I think if he had not jumped in front of that, it probably wouldn't have been a goal. Because Mukhtar's not the best at long shots.
Yeah.
He's not bad at them by any means, but
well, I feel
we
like
saw a couple times last night he went for a few and they went high. But
yeah.
I think if anything, it says how scared people are of him. They're like, oh, he's taking a shot, I better block it no matter what.
Yeah.
And that ended up leading to a goal.
Even if the guy didn't jump on it, it was gonna go to the left, which I think that their keeper would have had it. He was closer to the left, and the keeper's right, I guess. But because the guy jumped on it, deflected it, that's why the keeper was like, well, I can't really reach that.
Yeah.
He went the wrong way.
I just remembered something. We've already come off the 2-1 Miami game. We forgot to mention Hani Mukhtar absolutely breaking McVay's ankles.
Oh yeah. that was amazing.
One of the absolute filthiest turns I've ever seen.
Ooh. And not to mention that was
was Pico's goal on that.
That was Pico's goal. But even before that, Godoy was the assist to the assist, basically. Godoy's long ball, perfect. Yeah.
Nuts. Yeah, I loved the way I wanted to bring this up. That's why I went back to it. I'm just remembering the Nashville SC Twitter account posted that goal and they said Hani Mukhtar snatching souls, Fafa Pico scoring goals.
Nice. I mean, that guy was like, he didn't know where he was. He was like, what's going on here? That guy was gone. I mean, Hani just broke his ankles. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, but anyway, back to Charlotte. Yeah, Schaffelberg a late game sub. Really think Mukhtar should have scored that shot that was saved. It probably shouldn't have even turned into a situation where we won a penalty. Not his best shot. It was a solid save.
Right.
I mean, I'll give it to their keeper, but he tried to go near post, and I don't think that was the best option there. But yeah, Schaffelberg putting himself up there to grab it. Very unlucky on their part because the defender did slip.
Yeah, it's
like his feet came out from under him, but intent doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was a foul.
Sometimes it matters, but in this situation it doesn't, because you make contact, knock him down, that's always a foul.
Yeah. And how many penalties so far have come from Schaffelberg's dribbling and everything? I think 3. I can think of 2 so far, but I'm not sure.
I know of at least 2.
Yeah. There's a third one somewhere, unless I'm thinking something else. But yeah, I mean, Schaffelberg's doing great. They can't stop him, so they have to foul him right there, you know.
Oh, I mean, he's getting drilled lately anyway, so if he can just get himself in the box, he's going to get killed. He's going to draw a penalty.
Man, yeah. So for Charlotte, yeah, we had, Hani had two goals. The last one was at the 93rd minute, so that was pretty late for that penalty.
90 plus 3 on 3 minutes of stoppage time too. That would have been the end of it.
It would have been tied until then.
Ooh,
so
those boos were so sweet.
Yeah. We had 10 shots.
Real, rivalry creating moment, I feel.
Yeah. Well, they're pushing it. I mean, they keep pushing the rivalry like crazy.
Yeah, but Charlotte's not going to forget that, is what I'm saying. Every time we face them, they're going to remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Because, to be fair, we sniped 3 points out of that game.
We were, I mean, I think that we were playing for the tie.
We absolutely were. And if you look at the stats, I think a tie was a fair result for that game. They had 12 shots, we had 10, 49-51 possession, 450 passes to 451.
Yeah, I mean, it was tied. It was dead on.
That was about as even as a game can get. they just had a little literal slip up at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, we got them points. So,
stealing points never felt so good.
So with that, it puts us up to number 2 in the standings in the East, and I believe there's no way to look at like the Shield contenders, right?
We're level with LA in second in the Shield technically at the moment, but we have 2 more games played than LA, one more than Cincinnati, and one more than New England, who could jump us. Yeah.
So far we're that puts us in second in the East, and second tied with LAFC for the Shield. We just gotta
St. Louis could technically jump us as well.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's a race.
That's if they win both of their games in hand. But
yeah, so as long as we're ahead of as long as we're up in the East, I'm good. I mean, I really want us to go for the Shield, and I hope that now that we're out of the Open Cup, it's all hands on deck. Let's just go for it. I mean,
I don't know if the Shield is a reasonable thing for us to go for. Obviously, I want to try.
Yeah.
But I mean, Cincinnati is just very hot right now, and LAFC is LAFC. So
Cincinnati's about to lose a few people.
True. Brenner's already gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's he had an ankle issue, so he's already left to get surgery on that before he moves to Italy.
Yeah, and then
they've already lost him.
I think that I mean, no matter what, there's there's that hope, that Cincinnati starts to choke at the end. The other thing I was going to bring up is that, like I mentioned, I think the last episode, Nashville, and I'm pretty sure the top of the East is being watched for, teams from other places, Europe or whatever, trying to get our guys. So that's something to watch out for. I don't know. That's like I said, we talked about this before, and who might go or who might. We might say no to or whatever, but I mean that's something that's coming up, and I mean hopefully other teams are affected more by that than us. That's a problem there. Like, I want to get money so that we can get more people or more quality people, but also I like the people that we have. How about we just get money?
Yeah, just send us money.
Just send us money. And
I mean, that's
it.
Basically what Gary's been doing with the international slots.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need this. Just give us money.
Yeah. Well, that's another topic there. We have a DP slot, and we have 1 or maybe 2 slots for international. I'm not sure who was taking up what, but I know that Anunga just became a citizen. Leal became a citizen this year. I'm not sure who else, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see what the summer brings.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think we're getting a DP striker this summer.
Yeah.
Of course, I want Firmino, but realistically, I doubt that's going to happen. It's probably going to be somebody we've never heard of.
Yeah.
Like, I doubt anyone in Nashville had heard of Hani Mukhtar before.
Exactly.
Before he came here, so.
And that's what we need, somebody like. I feel like our team of scouts are really good. We can see that with Lucas. We can see that with, of course, Mukhtar. I mean, we can see it with several different players that we're playing right now, and I mean, we just gotta kind of trust on that. Somebody did make the calculations, I guess, and as far as Firmino come to Nashville, it's not too far-fetched, but as far as like Firmino going to a team, I'm pretty sure he's gonna go to a team that's recognized, not just kind of like the MLS and then just go to some random team like Nashville.
Yeah, and I mean, we discussed this before about MLS too. Even if he does decide to come over here, it's most likely gonna be like one of the bigger markets, like Los Angeles, New York, Miami, something like that. But so yeah, we've just really lucked out with Mukhtar. So
Yeah.
And he just loves it here. So
that's another thing too. Like it's one thing to have an MVP. It's another to actually have him, be willing to stay and to enjoy bringing up our team. I mean, he's carrying the team right now. Fafa and Schafferberg are helping out. Man, Bunbury needs to step up. And one thing that I was going to mention from the Open Cup as well, we saw that Zubac is struggling. He's struggling. I don't know if it's the lack of play or what, but he's just falling behind. I'm not sure how suited he is for our striker position.
Yeah, I mean, he's technically our second string now, just because we don't have any more strings for him to be.
Yeah.
But he's never even been like our second string, because we've always had CJ, and then not always, because like before we had Cadiz.
Yeah, Cadiz.
Which, I mean, we didn't have Zubac at that point anyway, but even if we did, like I'm saying, he wouldn't have been our first or even second, maybe not even third choice.
Yeah.
Nothing against the guy. He's won us some games, obviously, but
oh yeah,
I don't think he's ever gonna be a starter like in the league for us.
Yeah. So right now, I think that Bunbury is the guy in that position. We'll see. I mean, I wish that we used more of the people from Huntsville. Like, I think there's two guys that are in contract right now that are doing really well over there. But I mean, we didn't bring them over. Instead, we brought Ensa, and I forgot what the other guy's name was, which was good. I mean, they did their job and everything. I would have liked to see what we have as far as strikers over there. But maybe in the future, we'll see. We still got the what is it, the Leagues MX versus MLS.
The Leagues Cup, yeah.
Yeah, the Leagues Cup. So we'll see how we handle that. We're gonna go against Toluca, which is one of the top teams in Mexico. Yeah, that's something there.
Yeah, well, we beat Club America last season, so
yeah, with
both of us playing C teams, but still.
Yeah, well, and Toluca is not. They're I think that their season is over. I think that they're just waiting for the finals right now. So Toluca is gonna be pretty fresh. I'm not sure if they're gonna send their A team for this, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I guess later on, kind of like the Open Cup.
I'm not expecting teams to take this 100% seriously, especially Gary, because I wish he took the Open Cup more seriously than he does.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have had a stronger lineup last night, and then maybe rotated against Columbus this weekend, because we are second in the East. We have a bit of a cushion.
Yeah. Yeah. And
all that really matters is we're technically top 7, but with the weird expansion this season, it's up to 9. But you can still win the league from 7th place.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not too worried about our league position as long as we're still in playoff contention. I want silverware.
Yeah, and I feel like we did have that. I mean, if you can always, you can go back and say, what if we didn't have that weather delay, or what if whatever.
I do think that was a big thing that hurt us.
Yeah,
I think we were starting to hit a stride.
Yeah,
and then the weather delay really screwed us up.
I mean, you saw that as soon as Mukhtar came in, and Will came in, that we scored, and it was just turning that. And
50 seconds.
Yeah. So right after that, they did the weather delay. As soon as we came back, I think that we attacked once or twice, and then they came back on a little breakaway that they had and just scored. But yeah, so that brings us to the Inter Miami and Nashville part 2, but in the U.S. Open this time.
Another 2-1, but the other way around, unfortunately.
2-1. Nashville started out with their B team, pretty much. We had, like I said, Schaffelberg and Zubac on top, Leal. We had Hawkinson, which that's another player. Like he does have hustle, kind of like Muil, but man, he's missing some passes and he's missing some shots that is just kind of.
Yeah, I like Hawkinson a lot. There is just something missing about him.
Yeah. And Anunga, another game under his belt without a yellow card. we keep joking about it, but hey, it's continuing.
I mean, that in itself is impressive. So
yeah, I feel like his challenges were way worse than what Washington got booked for.
Oh my God, Washington got booked for nothing.
Yeah, for a brush of the shoulder, basically.
If that, they were running next to each other after the ball, and the dude just laid down. Like I can see the ref falling for that and like calling a foul, but no way on any planet at any time in history is that a yellow card. Now you look at what Mayer and Gregush did. Yes, those were yellow cards.
Yeah, for sure. That is like a Caesar kick or a Caesar.
Oh, if he scissored him, that would have been a straight red.
Well, I mean, not like fully scissor, but it was kind of like that. It looked like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mayer. Yeah. Anyway, so we had Washington, Mayer, Bauer, and Wyke on the back. We saw that Wyke had an assist. Yeah, the assist.
Yeah, on Will's diving header.
Yeah. Oh man, what a pass. Is right on it, and Muil was right on it as well. It seemed like they just been rehearsing that for a while.
this little bit we've seen of Wyke, like between Dallas and Miami here, that dude's impressing me like crazy.
Oh, for sure. I feel like he's not in our bench usually, right?
No, he's not.
I think just for the U.S. Open. So him and Bauer definitely need that spot.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Shaq's gonna be our starting right back, but I don't think Wyke's too far off from making some first team appearances.
Yeah, for sure. So now we have on the left we have Lovitz and Washington as a backup, and then now we have Wyke as a backup for Shaq, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
In the middle we had Mayer. Of course, Mayer's doing great in the regular season. Now that
we're working him to the bone this season.
Oh, for sure. Zimmerman is out and he's still in there. Bauer is doing great. We saw really good, glimpses of Bauer from the U.S. Open Cup, and also during regular season we have seen him in there. So it's been pretty good.
One criticism of Wyke about Miami specifically.
Oh yeah.
Their goal is pretty much specifically on him.
Yeah, they came from that side. He jumped.
Well, not 100%, but he missed his tackle and allowed the breakaway.
Yeah, it seems
I think Anunga could have done a little bit more in that situation, but he was chasing from behind, so
yeah,
I don't blame him for not even trying. But dude's got speed. I think he could have caught up and thrown him off a little bit.
Get that yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a 1-on-1, so wouldn't have been a straight red. So you could have one of them tactical fouls you're so good at.
Yeah, and then we have Panico at the goal. Every time that we see Panico, he's doing good. I mean, I like Willis for sure. He's our starter and everything. I'm excited that we have a backup for him and for pretty much for everybody except for I think the middle, and of course the top. We're still not even sure about the top. So like our defense is being secured.
Yeah, what'd you say on NSC?
Yeah,
TV?
Secure the back and then attack. I forgot
something like that. Yeah,
secure the back and attack.
Yeah, it's
let me bring it up.
The depth thing it's a weird conversation, especially up front, because technically the only strikers we have are Bunbury and Zubac, but lately with this 4-1-2-1-2 or 4-4-2, however you want to call it, this diamond formation, we've been playing Schaffelberg and Pico up there as well. So we know that they're able to slot into that striker position. Obviously Mukhtar can as well, but he's been playing that attacking mid kind of shadow striker position, just kind of behind them, but between them.
Yeah.
And obviously that's, I feel Leal's best position as well. And so that creates a weird little triangle right there where we've got about 5 guys that can all pretty much fit into the same spot.
Yeah.
And we can just cycle between.
Just cycle it.
But yeah, I think that'd be the only way we see Leal, and unless he plays one of these side positions like Godoy and Wheel have been playing, I could maybe see Leal filling in those positions and keeping Mukhtar in that middle spot.
Well, one of the things that we had going last year is Godoy in the back, and then Leal where Godoy was, where he is right now. So that created a lot of smoothness, I guess, between going from getting the ball from the back all the way to the front, where it was distributed to either Hani, or now we have 2 other people that Schaffelberg or Fafa at the front. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm expecting Leal, and this is moving to the future. We're gonna play Columbus on Sunday night.
That's on Sunday? I thought it was Saturday.
Yeah, man, I'm glad that we're doing this. Yeah, Sunday night.
Saturday games are easier for me because I go in later on Sundays.
Yeah. So yeah, Sunday night we're gonna play against Columbus, and I feel like in Columbus, we're gonna play here. In this game, I feel like Leal is gonna start. He did great in the U.S. Open Cup. He did great in Huntsville. Let's give him a start. We'll see where he fits in the lineup.
Yeah, I am curious to see how this formation is going to turn out because, I mean, we were heavily rotated against Miami, obviously, so wouldn't be surprised if we see the normal 11 out there. But
yeah, who to take out? Let's see what I don't know. I mean, I feel like if we start our strongest 11, I really like what Davis is doing in the back. I really like what Godoy is doing a little bit forward, still in the middle. The only spot really that I don't like, and this is just kind of like nitpicking, would be, of course, the front where Bunbury is, but he's doing okay, kind of holding up that spot for right now with what we have. And then Muil, but he's doing great too. So it's just kind of,
yeah, you don't want to bench Muil right now. He's
on it.
He's on a roll. You want to keep that going.
Yeah, he scored. I think he scored the past few matches. He's doing great with the hold up and defensive, which that's the reason why you have him there. You want him to be able to hold up that end. Fafa and Schaffelberg are great at running, but I mean, Muil is really good at defending. Yeah.
Yeah, he's more midfield than forward like the others are. So he's, I don't want to say more reliable in that sense, but
yeah.
He's the one that's going to be tracking back with the defense and trying to help turn over and send long balls forward.
Yeah.
To Schaffelberg, Pico, Mukhtar, whoever's up there.
Well, and the problem is that Muil is also, he's not so great with the crosses. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
Moore is the one that's going to be doing the crosses, but Muil, I mean, he I don't know.
Muil's had some solid, like, over the top long balls lately.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that he's not good at it. I'm just saying, like, as far as like between Muil and Moore, I think Moore would be the one.
The curved crosses from the outside.
Yeah. Although we know that Muil can curl it in too. So, oh man, yeah. Like I said, I mean, it's pretty hard to decide right now. I feel like for right now, since McNaughton scored, he's staying in. Zimmerman is probably gonna be in the bench until he's completely healthy. Was he in the bench against Miami? I don't. No, he was just not in there at all, and he wasn't against this past one either.
No, we haven't seen him at all since he came off against LA.
Yeah, so that's I mean, and on one end I'm like, that's kind of worrisome, but at the same time I'm like, well, we're taking it easy, we're taking precautions and everything, and it's been working out with McNaughton. So
that was just over a month ago.
Yeah, wow.
And we've played 8 games since then, including the 3 Open Cup games.
Yeah, so I guess it all depends on what happens with Leal and how he's introduced, because pretty much he's the other person that has been injured since I think since the opening and come back.
Yeah, he missed our first away game, which was our second game of the season.
Yeah,
against Red Bulls.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on Columbus and this coming game?
Columbus is very demoralized right now, I feel like.
Yeah, they just got eliminated.
They were just eliminated from the Open Cup by Pittsburgh, and they just lost the Hell is Real derby to Cincinnati.
Oh man, and that was a derby right there.
They lost their state rival, and then they've been eliminated from the Open Cup. So
yeah,
not a good week for Columbus, and I'm hoping we can pile that on them.
Yeah, I feel like they're 8th right now. They're on that wild card, card spot. They're coming with everything right now. I feel like they're gonna come and try to win this one for sure.
Yeah, I think. Oh, I heard an insane stat earlier. I was rewatching the penalty just because I wanted to hear the Charlotte fans booing again.
Yeah.
So I pulled up the game earlier and I was watching that, and of course we won that match 2-1. And the commentator said, since we've been in MLS, every single game that we score 2+ goals in, which has been 40 games since we've been in MLS, we've scored 2+ goals. We've won 31 of those.
Wow.
That we scored 2+ goals in.
Wow.
So, surprise, surprise, you attack, you win. But
Exactly.
yeah, 31 wins, 1 loss, and 8 draws when we score 2+ goals.
Man.
So I say we go out on the attack, score 2 on them, and then Gary can park the bus all he wants. I don't care.
Well, now you got to think about Columbus and how many goals they have scored. They have a strong forward. I think it's 3 guys at the front that are very, very dangerous, and they're scoring a lot of goals. I mean, I think they're second in goals for in the East. Yeah.
Second only to Atlanta. The only team in the West that scored more than them is St. Louis as well. So they're third highest goal scorers in the league. So yeah, could be an issue for sure. But we've only got 9 goals conceded. They have 17.
Yeah.
So it's gonna rely heavily on our defense. I hope Mayer's not too exhausted from how much he's been playing lately.
Well, and that's a good thing that it's going to be on a Sunday. We had the early game on Tuesday. Now we're going to have.
We played Tuesday instead of Wednesday, and we're playing Sunday instead of Saturday. So
yeah, so that's good. Hopefully our guys get a little bit of rest over there in Miami. And one of the things that I also heard, I think through the game, was that we were in Charlotte, and then we stayed there for a day. We trained in Charlotte, and then this next day or so we went to Miami. So we never came back home. We just went straight over there to Miami. So I can see our guys taking a completely nice day of rest and coming back home and getting back on it. But yeah, we definitely need to work on our rotation and everything. I feel like this was the rotation on Tuesday, yesterday. So now we're gonna go to back at it again in Columbus, against Columbus here home.
Yeah, and I think us being the home team gives us the advantage because like I said earlier, we've had a rough season on the road, but we've been very solid at home.
Yeah. So for predictions, like I predicted earlier, I said Leal is going to make it to the starting line. I predict Zimmerman will be in the bench. McNaughton will be starting. And I predict that 3-1 against Columbus.
That's actually exactly what I was going to
No
say.
way.
3-1. Yeah.
Nice.
I usually predict 2-1, but I'm feeling a little extra confident about this one for some reason.
Yeah, I feel like Miami is going to get us riled up and getting out there and try to get some points and try to catch up to Cincinnati. Again, I don't know. I mean, I like the supporter shield. I don't think that we have to put like a ton of emphasis on it. It would be great and everything, and definitely getting a bye would be great at the beginning of that tournament. But sometimes it works out for the team, sometimes it doesn't. Whatever. We're still Nashville, like we're still gonna have our players out there and play, even if we have an extra week of rest or whatever. But either way, like I want to get something. I'm with you as far as silverware. The supporter shield is silverware. Also, it's probably not as big here than in the Premier League, but
well, duh. The quote unquote supporter shield for them is the Premier League trophy.
Exactly. Yeah, theirs is just the trophy.
Well, their community shield is what it's called. Is they have a one-off game between the winners of the Premier League and the winners of the FA Cup.
Oh, okay.
They have a one-off, and that's the community shield.
Yeah.
But yeah, most countries do that. They have their league winners and their cup winners face off just before the season starts.
Let's do that again. The USL or the next pro. That'd be awesome. No, but I mean, like, I'm with you as far as like we don't have to put too much emphasis on the supporter shield. But hey, silverware is silverware. I feel like Nashville has to get something now. I don't want to feel entitled, but I mean, we are that good. I feel like we are, as far as like the team goes, so far this is the best team that we've had since we've been in the league, and it's not getting any younger.
No. Yeah, I mean, if anything, Hani deserves some kind of team silverware. He's, of course, gotten the personal accolades at the end of last season, but I saw another stat some point earlier this week. At this point last season, 14 games in, Hani had, I believe, 8 combined like goal contributions. Yeah. So goals, assists, 8 total, somewhere around that. He has 14 so far this season.
I wonder where he's at in the race for the Golden Boot.
But yeah, people I think it was Taylor Twellman. It was somebody. It may not have been him. It was somebody on Twitter pointed out that like his MVP season last year, he's already outperforming what he was doing at the beginning of last season. So he's making a real case for himself again so far this season if he can keep this up.
Yeah. I think
especially if Almada leaves. Yeah,
for sure. We have
mid-season.
For goals, we have Espinosa, Bouanga with 10.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about Bouanga. Yeah. He'll be a real shout, I think.
Yeah,
for MVP.
Right now, Almada is below Hani with 6. Hani got 8 and is tied with 5 people. It's 5 tied for second with 8 goals, and then we got Bouanga at 10. Okay. So
pretty tight race up there, though.
Very tight. I thought that he had it with this 2 that he just had, but man, that's a tight race. Ferreira from Dallas, Espinosa from San Jose. Atlanta got oh man, I'm not gonna try to say the name. Giacomakis. Oh man, I'm sorry.
No idea.
And Maurice from Seattle. Yeah. So, and Benteke. Hey, Benteke's got 6 goals. He's coming. I think he's gonna make it to that race. The
bicycle's worth at least 3, right?
Yeah, that was crazy, man. Hey, and that's one of the things that I'm gonna predict. there's gonna be before the season is over, there's gonna be a Nashville player that's gonna try bicycle kick. Now we had
try.
Try.
Score, try.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that they score. That'd be amazing. But it's so hard, you know. So Hani tried it, or at least I did. I pointed it out to you. I was like, hey, he wanted it right there.
It looked like he wanted
against Miami. And then we had Bunbury, and I was like, yeah, he probably realized that he wasn't young. But he had it. I mean, both of them had a pretty good shot for them. I think Hani's was a little bit off, but I mean, neither of them tried it. But I think that before the season is over, one of them is or any of our players really, just to kind of make it broad, any of our players is going to try a bicycle kick.
Well, if anyone, I could see Schaffelberg getting super confident and going for it.
Dude, I see Muil going for it.
Oh, Muil, yeah, that's a good shout too.
It would be amazing. Yeah. All right. I think that's all for this show. We got pretty good.
Yeah, I'm surprised we kept this recording under an hour.
Yeah, that's awesome. We'll see you guys after Columbus. That's gonna be again. I'm saying 3-1. You're saying 3-1, right?
Yep.
And yeah, keep following us on Instagram. I get a lot of followers. We need to hit 100 soon.
What are we at?
We're at like a little bit below 60.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, I'm just putting random. I'm sharing sharing random.
You were doing
memes.
a lot better over there than I am on Twitter, because I'm not even really doing anything on Twitter. We have 10 followers on Twitter.
There you go. Hey, but our Spotify, that's where it's at.
Yeah, let me check what we're at there. Oh, it signed me out. Come on. Still showing 7.
7. Okay, that's cool. I mean, I feel like getting in here and following up after a game and then predicting for the next one is a really good way to talk about soccer and getting things out there. If you guys need anything, any questions or anything like that, let us know. I don't know if you guys have figured it out by now, but Jordan is the one that has the Schaffelberg, the Schaffelberg poster.
The Fairly Odd Parents Schaffelberg sign.
Yeah. And I'll just keep posting random memes and actually sharing other people's memes, because I'm not that funny to make my own.
Yeah, pretty much. I find something on Twitter, I send it to our group chat, and you post it on there.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's funny. Or I start sharing other people's memes, because there's I think NSC memes or something like that. There's a really really funny one. They keep posting really cool stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, I just log into Twitter and I just see Travis and Denzel going at it.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, keep following us on Instagram, Facebook. We're pretty much the same thing. We have our podcast on Spotify, YouTube, anywhere that you can find your podcast. Thank you so much for listening to us. Have a good day.
See you next time.